Thank you, Dan. And hello to everyone at Shippensburg University for this year's meeting of the Mid-Atlantic Writing Centers Association. It's a real honor to be with you. Regarding the impacts of digital technology that Dan mentioned, one of the first impacts we've noticed is an increase in our understanding of the importance of presence and co-presence. Now, presence is that sense of being there, and co-presence is the sense of being there with somebody else. A way to further define these concepts in the context of online writing instruction, we can talk about a concept that we all know about because we're teachers: involvement. We all know that in order for a student to learn, that student must feel involved, meaning that the student is willingly giving energy and attention to a specific learning activity. Well, it just so happens that in online learning, a student's sense of involvement is highly dependent upon a student's sense of immersion, that sense of being surrounded and submerged in the environment and having the ability to interact meaningfully with it. Now, together, this sense of involvement and immersion produces the student's sense of presence in an online learning environment, that sense of actually being there, even if the student is physically somewhere else. Today, desktop technology available to everyone can produce in students not only the sense of presence, but can also produce the sense of co-presence, that sense of being there with others, other students, and the teacher. Now, all of these sensations, involvement, immersion, presence, and co-presence, exist on a continuum, of course, from least to most. Take this place, for example, Shippensburg. Now, you could experience Shippensburg via text only if you read a Wikipedia article. Or maybe you could add images to your text with a U.S. News and World Report article, or maybe a brochure sent out by the school. Then you go to SHIP's website and experience that great interactive campus map, upgrading your activity a little bit more. You will notice that Shippensburg's admissions department has only a single video of students, faculty, and campus life. And that video is posted on a secondary page and is not linked to any other pages except that one page. Then the admissions department has also chosen not to have any live chats with any of its admissions reps. You would think that these would be kind of missing links today with digital natives who might need that kind of immersion or interaction in order to push them to that final level of immersion, the campus visit. That's when you get your prospect to sign on the dotted line. Now, let's change Shippensburg to Dublin for an online course that you're teaching. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cancel the campus visit and substitute a virtual world visit instead, no problem. But all the rest of these tools, from text to the virtual world, videos, live Skype chats with Dubliners, all of those tools would be useful to us in our online course. So in the EWC, we're not about eliminating text. We're a writing center. We're all about text. But our goal is to develop as many tools as possible in order to give us options in the different scenarios that we teach in online. When it comes to tools, the problem is not too many of them. The problem is too few. As a matter of fact, the over-reliance on text has been called the Achilles Heel of online instruction. A survey by the University System of Georgia asked a sample of adult students why they chose an on-ground face-to-face class instead of an equivalent online class. And the answer was almost invariably, because I wanted to be there, presence. With others, co-presence. Our goal in the EWC is to leverage technology to the point that our students feel like they are present in that learning environment with others, co-presence. In fact, this is your brain on technology. Watch what happens to this 25-year-old brain as he views a trailer for the movie Avatar. As the movie begins, watch the different areas light up, especially attention and personal. This level of stimulation via technology is what we're after in the EWC with our personal welcome messages, chats, and videos. However, this level of stimulation is not possible via text alone. Brain scans, measurements of heart rate, galvanic skin response, EEGs, blood pressure, they all show that the more realistic and immersive the online teaching technology is, the more the learner responds and retains. Let me close with a few illustrations about the importance of digital technology in the lives of our students and future students. We've all heard the reports about the increase of media use among the I generation and the millennials. Now, here is some data from 3 long years ago. Even then, notice that combined media use among 11 to 18-year-olds could be as much as 8 to 9 hours a day. In other words, all of their waking moments outside of school. You know, there's an old saying in business about customers: give your customers what they want, or your competition will. Never has that been more true than it is today for higher education, where the primary growth is being seen in the online sector, certainly not the on-ground sector, and when we're also seeing the proliferation of online proprietary schools, from Kaplan to DeVry to the University of Phoenix to hundreds of others. These schools have been making a lot of news lately, but they've also made history. Online proprietary education represents the first real challenge to the paradigm of higher education as it has existed in America for hundreds of years. And these corporations play to win. That's why one of our sayings at UMUC is from a famous 19th century scientist: adapt or die. Here to tell us how to do the former and avoid the latter is our lead advisor, Anna Dumonchel.